and good evening. Thank you so very much for tuning in. This is I'll Call You Back, True Blue Unedited with President Sir
Izzy Martinez.
and Cachita Lopez here on Cachita Latina Radio, CLR 154 on your Sirius XM dial. If you're listening to us on Sirius or if you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, we invite you to download our free app. It is ENTV USA, where you're going to have access to all of the exclusive content, not just on Cachita Latina Radio, including our programming from 6 a.m. to midnight, but also all of the content on ENTV USA, including an amazing concert series. And we are here each and every night, ladies and gentlemen, courtesy of
Café
Cachita,
Cachita.
el mejor para compartir.
Bueno, ¿qué te parece? ¿Qué te parece la barbita que me estoy dejando?
No, este cambio de look está muy
No me lo pidió el fan
interesante.
club. El fan club me lo pidió, tengo que hacerlo.
I'm getting Evie an extra award this week.
Yeah, the entire fan club just asked me to grow a beard.
Ah, wow.
The most interesting man in the world or
Oh,
something.
jeez. Ay, jeez Louise.
Anyways, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have a lot of stuff to cover today. One of the things that we haven't done for the past couple of days because we've been kind of on the busy side is we want to say hi to Nila Cortez, which is Tony Cortez's wife, the head honcho, second in command here.
Well, in reality,
What is he?
she's the head honcho.
Yeah, she's the head honcho.
She's the head honcho.
Yeah, he ain't crap. She runs the show. But Nila has been ill, and she was in the hospital. She is now home. She is recovering, and we are so glad to hear that she's making progress. It's beyond belief. We wish her a quick recovery.
Yes.
We love you. We send you a big kiss and a big hug, and we do it every couple of days, and we've been lacking there for the past couple of days. Un abrazo y un beso muy grande a Nila Cortés, la esposa de Tony Cortés, que ella es, bueno, yo voy a decir que Tony era jefe, pero Cachita me recordó que no, que la jefe es ella. Tony de verdad que no es nada, porque ella es la que manda ahí en esa casa.
Esas fueron sus palabras.
¿Fui yo?
Sí,
¿Fui
esas
yo?
fueron sus palabras. Mis
bueno.
palabras fueron.
Te eché para adelante como un carrito helado.
No, y eso que eres seguridad, ¿no?
¿Viste?
Policía. Ya, está bien.
Chivatón.
No, ya veo.
Oye,
Ya veo,
mira, Magali se excitó y dijo que sí.
Nila
y me
sí
hizo
es la
así.
jefa.
¿Cómo me va a decir Nila?
Nila sí es la jefa.
Nila, te queremos. Un beso, un abrazo. Sabemos que estás mejorando y estamos de lo más contentos.
Sí, señor.
Y por favor, síguenos oyendo, síguenos viendo a través de la aplicación ENTV, que es totalmente gratis. Ajá. ¿Cómo es? ENTV.
USA.
USA. Y es totalmente gratis. Pueden ver mucha programación y muchas cosas que están pasando ahora. Y nada, para adelante. Dime.
Vamos a
Talk to me.
hablar
Talk to me.
of what's going on in the beach.
Oh, the beach is still hot?
Ah, sí.
Is it still hot?
A lot of people said, oh, the beach is calmer.
Calmer.
No, it's not. Check
Calmer
this
my
out.
ass.
It was another night of danger in Miami Beach.
Oh, Lord.
That led officers to arrest a man who allegedly threatened a valet driver with a gun. Mala esto. A valet attendant at the Royal Palm, South Beach, Miami, said the driver refused to pay for the service overnight on Tuesday. The employee of the hotel at 1545 Collins Avenue said he asked the man to pay $60 for parking. The man argued he wasn't going to pay that amount and brandished a gun.
I would have pulled out a gun too. $60 for parking?
Well, yeah, that's your resort fee and that's your overnight parking,
Oh,
South
boy.
Beach, and it's,
It's a scam.
no, that's the price
a
anywhere you
damn
go.
scam.
That's on South Beach. It's supply and demand. Sorry, it is what it is.
Scam.
According to the police, the victim handed the keys over to the man before the suspect and 3 other men got into the vehicle and fled the scene. The guy came in, he wanted the car. I told him, hey, man, you got to pay, but he doesn't want to pay. Then I said, I can't release the car. And what happened? He pulled up. One of the guys moved forward, then one put up the gun. I said, I'm not scared of you, man. So I go inside, talk to the manager. My manager calls the call, and then my manager called the cops. Police were called to the scene around 2 a.m., and a be on the lookout was issued for the black Pontiac the suspect and the other men were in. Officers stopped the black Pontiac along 41st Street and Alton Road and arrested 23-year-old Randall DeJohnley of Georgia. A handgun, a rifle, and ammunition were all confiscated from inside the Pontiac.
Oh, nice.
Super nice.
Great spring break.
Yeah, the two other men were inside the vehicle when it was stopped. They were detained and questioned before they were released. Cameras captured Miami Beach police officers removing a weapon from the vehicle. Dejon Lee has been charged with aggravated assault with a weapon. He has been released from TGK after he posted bond.
Yep. Bondable. Yeah. I wonder if he was a convicted felon. If he was a convicted felon in possession of that firearm, they can transfer that case over to ATF and go federal and pick his ass up again.
Miami Beach, man, Miami Beach está en candela. Miami Beach está en candela because apart from the spring breakers and everything else, there's your regular crime that also goes on.
Oh, yeah.
That's what people, a lot of people fail to understand that just because you have this new influx of people for a temporary time, that does not mean that your regular criminals and delinquents,
burglaries and everything,
stop doing anything. You know, it says here, police have released photos of a man who they say attacked and groped an elderly woman in her Miami Beach apartment complex. Miami Beach police said the subject likely followed the woman who's in her late 70s from the bus she was riding onto her apartment complex where the attack happened.
Oh, my Lord.
Miami Beach police spokesperson Ernesto Rodriguez said, this could have been my grandmother.
Absolutely.
It could have been your grandmother. He spontaneously states he was riding the bus with her. According to police, the attack happened last Saturday near 38th Street in Collins. The victim had walked a few blocks from the bus stop before she took the elevator to her floor. However, she noticed she was being followed, and the police said she was attacked when she confronted the man. He pinned her up against the wall, removes his face mask she was wearing due to COVID, and begins groping her and kissing her. The woman then screamed and got the attention of a neighbor who came to her aid. The victim's scream spooked the alleged assailant, who fled the area. Look at these clear images of the subject. Rodriguez said, this dangerous and disgusting man needs to be taken off the streets. If you have any information on this attack, call Miami-Dade Crime Stoppers at 305-471-TIPS. Remember, you can always remain anonymous, and you may be eligible for a $1,000 reward. Give me a second because I want to see if I can pull up
You
this
got a picture of the guy?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Give me 1 second. We're going to pull
What
this
a
up.
moron.
From security cam.
Not only did they commit a crime, but he knows that there's cameras everywhere. They're gonna,
Of course. How are you going to do that, man?
Well,
people are nuts. I'm telling you, people are nuts. You also sent me a story of an article of someone that was shot in their car.
Probably did. I mean, I send you 100 of them every
Yeah, you
night,
send me
and then you
100.
send me 100 right back. So, yeah, I try to, as they come in.
So let's see if we can see this here. Give me 1 second while it zooms in. There you go. Oh, will it focus? Is it too small?
Please don't play with the focus.
There,
the ghost.
that's the guy.
The ghost will attack you. But today I'm
That
prepared.
is a guy, and it is a young guy.
Mira eso, un muchacho joven. Y atacó a la señora que tenía 78 años.
La señora se
Coge,
bajó.
mira el papel blanco para que resuelvas el problema del... Ahí, ahora lo quita y ven, rompiste la cámara.
No importa, es ok. Así estamos.
Swipe it up or down. Mira, yo soy hasta técnico ya. Fíjate tú, camarógrafo, técnico, productor, locutor. ¿Qué
Estamos
más,
todos,
Maga?
mira,
¿Qué
ahí nos
más?
quedamos así. Si las personas, tú sabes, piensan que ya se tomaron un traguito y ya están happy.
Dime tú.
¿Para qué? ¿Para qué estresarnos? Entonces, para nuestros oyentes que no hablan inglés, esto fue un caso que lo que le estaba comentando a Isidoro es que porque haya más crimen de personas que no viven en el sur de la Florida,
Claro.
que estén aquí de vacaciones, no quiere decir que los criminales, los delincuentes de aquí dejen de cometer crímenes.
No.
Entonces,
Los animales locales no paran de hacer crimen.
Miami
olvídense de
Beach,
eso.
Miami Beach está en candela. Resulta ser que esta señora, una señora de 70 y pico de años, se bajó de un autobús donde iba este muchacho. También, él empieza a seguir. Ella entra a su edificio, se da cuenta que alguien la está siguiendo. Se monta en el elevador y cuando se baja en su piso, ella confronta al muchacho y dice, ¿qué es lo que usted está haciendo?
Y empieza a
¿Por qué me está
rascabuchar.
haciendo? Y el tipo la empuja.
Ahora sí estamos bien.
Ahora sí está.
No, ahora sí que...
Tírame para la otra, no importa.
Esa es Cachita López.
Ay, mira. Y ahora Isidoro, ahí.
Pásale la cosa otra vez, por favor. Ahí, ahí. No, yo estoy bien.
Isidoro está perfecto.
No, yo estoy perfecto. Si me están... Las dos están... Tienen el...
No se preocupen,
Ah,
cabrón.
ahora
Mira,
sí.
ya.
¿No ven?
Entonces,
Ahí salió Cachita ahora 100%. Ahí, tira el
Entonces,
papel para acá para cuando tenga
lo que le
ese video.
estaba,
Gracias.
lo que le estaba comentando es que este hombre en ese momento decide empujar a la señora, que tiene 70 y pico largo, contra la pared, le quita la máscara, la empieza a toquetear y la empieza a besar. La señora pegó un grito, un vecino la escuchó, salió y ahí el tipo se fue.
Qué cosa.
¡Qué
más-
horror! Esto, no, un enfermo.
Es un enfermo mental. Pero ese es alguien local. Ese yo no creo que vino de vacaciones aquí de
No,
otro
ese
lado.
tiene que ser de
Ese
allí.
vive por ahí. Si esa es una ratica de esa ahí de la playa. La playa tiene una pila de callecitas, ese Euclid y todas esas cosas que están ahí atrás. Yo tengo un cuento para ti, que yo fui a cuando tú termines, de ¿cómo se llama esto? De un curso que yo tomé de encubierto hace muchos años cuando yo empecé a trabajar encubierto. Y me requirieron ir al curso este. Y te voy a contar después lo que me pasó en Miami Beach con el curso ese que yo tomé, que era por todo el condado. Anyways, ¿qué pasó?
También quería comentar, ayer estuvimos hablando de un caso de un hombre que una señora estaba en su casa, al próximo día un hijo le dice, Mima, falta aquí un paver, que es como si fuera un ladrillito eso
Sí.
del frente, y la señora dice, concho, qué raro, porque eso es algo que alguien se lo tuvo que haber llevado, déjeme ver las cámaras. Y cuando se pone a revisar las cámaras,
Claro.
se asombra a ver que había un hombre que se estaba tocando y estaba mirando por sus ventanas en la dirección de donde estaba su hija de 7 años, desde las 9:30 de la noche hasta las 11:45 de la noche. Salió ese footage, la policía lo pudo ya arrestar. Este hombre ya tiene otro cargo de violación, ya estuvo preso por eso, está esperando otro caso, otra fecha de corte para un segundo cargo, donde trató de violar a una persona.
Él termina mal, porque lo va a coger el padre o el esposo de alguien y le van a dar un swing. O tú te imaginas que alguien tenga un perro grande dentro de la casa, que el perro de verdad que no ladra. Yo tenía un pastor alemán que no ladraba, una perra. Esa perra nunca ladraba, pero cuando tú la soltabas, te iba para arriba y te desguazaba. Tú te imaginas a alguien que tenga un perro entrenado dentro de la casa y le abre la puerta y
Yep.
le va a dar un swing. Y eso es lo mejor. Lo peor es que le metan un tiro y lo mate. Porque
Realmente no, porque eso es una escoria. Eso sí es una escoria, eso
No,
sí
no,
es
no.
un parásito.
Pero no, a él lo van a coger porque es así. Yo tuve una amistad que me estuvo contando que la niña de él vio a alguien mirando por la ventana. Estaba ella y una amiguita que estaban jugando, no sé qué cosa, y la persona estaba mirando. Cuando salieron, la persona se mandaba a correr, pero veían las huellas de los zapatos en la hierba y en la tierra. Y él me dijo, mira, al frente yo tengo una gente que son problemáticos, el tipo es medio loco, el hijo del hombre es un loco, se pasa mecaniqueando hasta las 2, a las 3 de la mañana. Y le dije, bueno, mira, esto es fácil. La gente va a decir, coño, pero no sugieras eso. Sí, yo lo voy a sugerir. Si tú me lo haces a mí en mi casa, yo te voy a poner tabla alrededor de las ventanas. Le digo a mi familia, no vayan a caminar alrededor de las eso. Yo le tengo que poner tabla con puntilla abajo de la tierra, para cuando le metas la pata, te vas a quedar trabado ahí.
Yeah,
y yo
sure.
puedo salir y entonces darte un entrego porque no te vas a poder levantar. O ir al vecino y decirle, chico, por una casualidad tú has visto algo sospechoso por aquí, porque alguien me está mirando a la niña a través de eso. Y no, yo no he visto nada. Porque es que ya yo estoy preparado ya, lo que tengo es un armamento adentro, porque la próxima vez que vea a alguien mirando por la ventana, le voy a meter con una escopeta, con un shotgun, y le voy a tirar por la cara y lo voy a matar y me voy. Y lo dejo con ese pensamiento. A veces el tipo para.
Los investigadores dicen
Anyway, we're talking
que
about peeping toms.
Kosovan es un hombre peligroso. Entró a la casa de una señora el año pasado para violarla en Hollywood. En el 2018 también lo arrestaron por masturbarse frente a una señora y su hija de 3 años. Fue arrestado sin bond, held without bond, y tiene 5 arrestos previos por indecent exposure. How do you say that in Spanish? Por exponerse.
Exponerse, sí,
Indecentemente.
al desnudo.
Yep.
¿Tú te imaginas?
So, ladies and gentlemen, we were talking about this case that we were discussing yesterday from Hollywood, Florida, where a South Florida homeowner, upon reviewing her surveillance footage because she was looking for her who took a paver, realizes that there's a peeping Tom, and the peeping Tom had been, touching himself in front of her windows, on various windows of her home, pretty much following their footsteps, her and her 7-year-old daughter, for over 2 hours the other night. And this man has been arrested. He has a history of 5 prior arrests for indecent exposure. He was also, investigators described him as a dangerous man who broke into a woman's Hollywood home last year and tried to rape her. In 2018, he was arrested for masturbating in front of a woman and her 3-year-old daughter. So this guy is a serious sicko. The judge has ordered Casavant to be held without bond, which is, I think, the best thing that can happen, because this guy is literally a menace.
Well, the reason he's away because he's involved in another case, right?
Yep.
So it's not, he's already out on bond. He cannot bond out. So that's the bottom line. Now he's got to wait to go to the other trial. This type of behavior is extremely dangerous. There are peeping toms that sometimes not necessarily carry out the act of molestation or rape and all that stuff. But if you think about it, how much farther is it from the actual peeping tom activity to maybe raping somebody or molesting some kid or something like that? Because you got to be sick to stand in somebody's yard and look inside and all that bunch of stuff. Anyways, and then this is not only in Dade County in South Florida. This is all over the country. I had one when I was in uniform. We kept on getting a call over by Ives Dairy Road, one of the complexes out there, and we kept on getting a peeping Tom. And it was always the same description. White male, bushy blonde hair, and a plaid shirt, right? So one day, the call goes out, and I said, we're going to catch this guy today. But we're going in, and we're going to come in through a different area, and turn off all your lights. We're not riding in. We're going to walk in. So we jump a fence, the concrete fence, and we walked in, and there he is. He took off running. I called K9. The guy disappears. Guess what? The dog went straight to an apartment. He wouldn't open the door. I didn't see him go in, so I had no probable cause to knock that door in. But we knew it was him. We knew that was the guy. And every night he'd go to a different building, because this complex had multiple buildings, and he would go to a different building and do that. And that was back in you ready? 90.
Wow.
91, yeah. That's when I was at Intercoastal Station over on Ives Dairy Road and all that. But those people are super hard to unless you set up a surveillance with a surveillance team in that area, and you have a suspect, and then you keep an eye on him and see what he does. Yeah. It's very hard, very hard. They come in and out. I mean, as fast as they can. It's just totally.
It's just really horrible, man. It's really, really horrible. Unfortunately, we have to take a quick little break, but we're going to be right back after we have some cafecito cachita.
Qué rico.
And we're going to be talking about a ton of things, including Garcon in the state. The district attorney for LA.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that idiot. Yeah.
There's a few other things going on here in South Florida that we want to cover. So we want to thank you so very much for tuning in. This is I'll Call You Back, True Blue Unedited with President Sir
Izzy Martinez
and Cachita Lopez.
Be back.
111, 110.
Mi mujer no se levanta de la cama sin 2 cafés, hechos por mí, por supuesto. Le pregunté cuál es de la casa el mejor café y me dijo, sinceramente, Cachita. Pruébenlo. Y después me dice, salud, con Cachita.
No hay ropa bonita aquí. Señor, me hace el favor, porque...
Dígame. Tony con T.
¡Alejo!
Tú en una tienda de ropa de mujeres.
Bueno, porque estoy comprándole a una dama para hacerle un regalo.
Ay, qué casualidad. Yo también estoy tratando de comprarle a una dama para ver si me dice que sí, porque cuando hay ropa buena no hay que se resista a decirte que no.
Bueno, pues tú sabes que yo nunca me imaginé que aquí en el medio de default me iba a encontrar con Alejo.
No es default, es hollarse.
Hollarse está en default.
Usted me desfolca, pero es hollar. ¡Oh, ya sé! ¡En default!
¿En default?
¿De verdad que sí?
¿Hollarse?
En default.
Señorita, ¿usted me ayuda?
Te ayuda a lo que está más perdido. Hollarse. No hay más nada.
¡Ay! ¿Y eso qué fue? ¡Ay, me dieron por detrás! ¡Ay, no, espérate un momento! Me voy a ver ahora. ¡Ay! ¡Ay, qué mala suerte! ¡Ay! ¿Y yo dónde estoy? ¿Esto es el paraíso?
No, estás en Your Care Health Network.
Avanza con el pie derecho con Your Care Health Network.
Aquí no le cambiamos su suerte, pero resolvemos todos los problemas de su accidente.
Accidentado, recompensado.
Ay, Dayami, si yo te estaba buscando en mi vida. Me dijeron que tú eres la mejor para cotizarme un seguro para mi carro.
Claro que sí, aquí en Diamond Insurance te vamos a hacer una cotización que se ajuste a tu bolsillo y a tus necesidades de seguro.
Ay, mi vida, y con lo caro que están los seguros en la Florida.
Han subido, pero un poquito, pero no te preocupes, nosotros aquí tenemos muchos años trabajando todo el estado con muchas compañías.
Ay, eso es lo que yo necesito. ¿Y qué tengo que hacer? ¿Cómo compro mi póliza?
Nada, con una simple llamada, un mensaje de texto, un email, cotizamos tu póliza completamente gratis y en minutos, porque somos la manera más fácil para asegurarte.
Dayami, aquí, entre tú y yo. ¿Tú sí me vas a contestar?
Claro que sí, nosotros siempre contestamos.
Ay, ¿verdad que un diamante es un diamante? Con Diamond Insurance me siento asegurado.
¿Segura que sí?
Una flor en la ocasión especial puede hacer la diferencia.
Bueno, cuando las personas vienen a una floristería, tienen múltiples opciones para una persona que está en un hospital, para una persona que ha fallecido, conquistar a una mujer, disculparnos.
Si usted se quiere disculpar porque metió la pata la semana pasada, venga aquí a Cerezo Flower. Ya sabes, 1721 Southwest, 32 Avenida, marca el teléfono 786-326-4412. Haz la diferencia con la persona que tú amas. Una flor.
Yeah, I was telling her that when I was in public corruption, real short, we used to go and sit in the commissioners when the commissioners meeting and the mayor and all that, and we used to go in there and with public corruption, and they knew exactly who we were. They knew exactly who we were, and we used to walk in, sit right in the center of the room, and we start writing, and they would freak out. They're like, "What are they writing?" And then you look up, and you hear somebody come up with and now we're hearing the case of blah, 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 and they go one after the other, and you sit there and you just write, and they start sweating. Yeah, all the pastelitos and the coffees and stuff like that, they weren't doing good. Bathroom time. And they called one of the officers that I was with, and said, "What are you guys doing? Can we help you guys? No, this is open to the public. We're here. We just want to listen to what you guys are doing." So I started writing, and I wrote about 2 or 3 pages. It was just incredible. And then at the end, my partner, Lily, she goes, "What the hell were you writing?" And I said, "A letter to my mother." She says, "My God, you had these people sweating. Why would you be sweating if you have nothing to hide? Because as a police
Absolutely.
officer, I don't give a shit if you record me with your phone. If you know, you can do whatever the hell you want, videotape me, whatever you want to do. Go ahead and knock yourself out. I'm still going to do my job. I have nothing to hide. If I'm going to smack somebody, I'm going to smack them right in front of your camera. You can record it and send it to the channel, whatever channel you're
Whatever
going to
channel
send.
you want.
Entiende? So the bottom line is, yeah, if you have nothing to hide, you don't have to sweat. Internal affairs is there, big deal. Public corruption is there, big deal. I don't care. I don't do nothing wrong. But they all have a little agenda. That's why we need an independent review panel
For our politicians.
for politicians. And let me put the team together. I got all the good officers that are going to not only officers. I'm going to have business people.
I just want to make coffee. That's it. I just want to be a fly on the wall.
You're going to be my coffee girl?
Yeah, I'll be the
Oh,
coffee
boy.
girl.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, why not?
I thought you were going to be like a sergeant at arms. You're going to carry a gun.
I am
and
going to
everything?
be oh, I can carry a gun.
No, never mind. Do the coffee. I take it back. You can be the coffee girl. But see, politicians, they know how to throw stones. But when you throw a stone right back at them, they play victim. Okay? Oh, the police is investigating me because of voter fraud. Oh my God, I've never. Please.
So let me ask you
You
a
know.
question. What do you think about this whole case going on with Senator, who was it, Garcia, and this whole sham candidate that they created?
Oh, the throwdown candidate.
Yeah. What
Yes.
do you think about that? Because I know
Hey.
that Democrats are pushing for Ileana Garcia to lose her seat because Ileana Garcia only won because of 32 votes. Now, this sham person that had the same initials and same last name
As her.
as the incumbent
Oh, as the incumbent.
got 6,000 votes.
Okay. Well, let's
So
see.
Democrats are pushing,
Right.
since now it's under federal investigation.
Of course. Everything is under federal investigation.
Since it's under federal investigation, they are, they're pushing for Ileana Garcia's seat to be revoked.
Let me tell you the trick. Let me show you something.
What's the trick?
It's under federal investigation. And it runs so long that people just lose track and don't ask any more questions. So the final disposition on the case, you never find out. 3-4 years down the road, I wonder what happened with that case with Garcia and this and that, and then you go, whatever happened with that, and you just let it go. That's an old trick. You run an investigation, you run it down to the ground, you keep on looking at stuff that you know don't even exist.
But here's the thing.
Just so people, you know.
But the thing is, with this case,
Right?
there's a lot of people interested because that one seat represents a very important role for Democrats in the state of Florida.
Correct.
And let's say if Ileana had won by 6,000 votes,
Right.
you're like, oh, she won by 6,000 votes.
Right.
But she won by 32 votes. And that sham candidate, because he had the same last name, because if you don't have up one sign, you have no history of being in politics, you haven't done one interview, how do you get 6,000 votes?
Really simple. Well, this is the other thing. Okay, Bernie Sanders, right? I'm going to give you the perfect example, right? You don't think there were people sitting around a room going, this guy's is not going to make it. He ain't going to do it, right? Bernie Sanders. But he's a good throwdown. Why? Because he's going to steal votes. So
but Bernie Sanders actually went out and Bernie campaigned.
No, absolutely. No.
People knew who Bernie Sanders was. This guy was like a mechanic that, accepted to, put his name on the thing for some money. This isn't a politician.
No. But
this is Pepe de la Esquina.
Sí, pero lo hicieron para eso mismo, para quitarle voto al otro lado. Para eso lo hicieron.
Eso lo hicieron para confundir.
Para confundir.
Para confundir como tiene el mismo...
Distraer el votante para que entonces votaran por esa persona.
Como tiene el mismo apellido.
Claro.
Esa es la cosa, que él tiene el mismo apellido.
Claro.
Que ¿cómo es que se dice en español? Contrincante.
Contrincante.
Que el contrincante de García.
Claro.
Los dos que están corriendo contra ella son de apellido Rodríguez.
Claro, porque si no votas por un Rodríguez, votas por el otro.
That's what it is. Y ella ganó con 32 votos. Y este tipo que nadie sabía ni quién era el tipo, que no había un cartel, que no hubo un evento, que no hubo una entrevista, no hubo nada, se dio 6,000 votos.
Porque lo que pasa es que si uno se llama José y el otro se llama Miguel, pero los dos son González, vamos a suponer, ¿no?
Efectivamente.
¿Qué es lo que pasa?
Yep.
O Rodríguez. Ok, Rodríguez. Pero uno es José y uno es Miguel. El votante dice, ¿cómo se llama el señor ese que yo estoy viendo que está postulándose para... ¿Es José o Miguel? y muchas de las personas van a votar por Miguel y de verdad que es José.
Y ahora, a mí
pero
me da-
Miguel, lo que pasa es que ahora el voto que iba para García a lo mejor, ¿no? Se lo quitan a García.
Te digo una cosa, a mí me da tremenda gracia, ¿no? Porque yo tengo amistades de ambos lados. Gente súper conservadora, súper republicana y gente súper de izquierda.
Tú eres una política. Yo no tengo
soy
ninguno, todos
nada.
míos son
Tú
perros
sabes.
republicanos.
Pero
Olvídate.
esta es la conversación que tuve hoy yo con una amistad amiga que es súper conservadora.
Ahí.
Le digo, ven acá.
Dale el
If the
teléfono
ta-
mío y
If
el
the
Facebook.
tables were turned. If the tables were turned. Y los demócratas hubiesen creado a un candidato falso con el mismo nombre, un candidato independiente, con el apellido García, para confundir a las personas y para que la gente que fuera a votar por Ileana era Juana García e Ileana García. Vamos a poner ese ejemplo. Que es lo mismo que hicieron porque buscaron un Rodríguez para confundir. That's it. Y hubiese salido Rodríguez y hubiese mantenido su puesto en el Senado o el Congreso, creo que eso es Congreso. En el Congreso, me vas a decir a mí que los republicanos no estuviesen metiendo tremendo bateo para que perdiera el asiento.
Oye esto.
Totalmente.
Fíjate, vas a oír algo de un republicano que no lo vas a oír de un demócrata.
¿Qué cosa?
Está mal hecho de los dos lados.
Totally.
Si malo está por uno, malo está por el otro. Pero el liberal no te va a decir eso. El liberal te va a decir, no, porque figúrate que esto, que tú sabes que la luna ha crecido, ¿no? Que esto, bueno, pero eso no es lo que estamos hablando. Estamos hablando de esa situación.
Es lo que te digo.
Pero lo que está mal de un lado está mal del otro.
Totalmente.
¿Tú crees que como ellos cogieron y trataron al presidente Trump, y no es que a mí Trump me encantara y yo lo tenía en un altar en la casa.
Tú tienes un altar ahí puesto
¿Qué
con
altar?
velita y todo, a
En
Trump
mi
y todo
casa
con
no,
muñequito y todo.
no. Listen, yo voté por Trump, yo soy republicano hasta la muerte. Pero mira lo que pasa. No es que a mí me gustaba que me volvía loco por Trump, no. Mira, hubo un candidato hace años atrás que se llamaba Lieberman. Yo no sé si te acuerdas de Lieberman.
Yeah.
Lieberman era independiente. ¿Ok? Y a mí me gustaba. ¿Tú sabes por qué me gustaba Lieberman? Porque el hombre era un hombre de, mira, inteligente y hombre de número. Un
Joe
tipo
Lieberman.
brillante y era tremendo en lo que era número. Y eso es lo que me gustaba. Yo no me muero por eso. Pero lo que ellos le hicieron a Donald Trump por 4 años, eso no tiene madre. No tiene madre. Eso no tiene perdón. Porque lo que le hicieron fue fastidiar desde el día número 1 hasta el último. Bueno, mira lo que pasó hasta el final, ¿no? Ahora, todo lo que ellos le hicieron, ahora le está saliendo caca. ¿Qué es lo que pasa? Le está pasando a ellos con esa intención.
Lo hicieron
Ya está.
crearon un candidato falso para confundir al público.
Right.
Y realmente, si Diana hubiese ganado 1000 votos,
Sí.
es otra cosa. Pero ella nada más ganó con 32 votos. It's a serious charge.
Mira, el sistema.
It's a serious charge.
No. El sistema de elecciones aquí está podrido.
County, para hacer el early voting tenías que aparecerte con el ID, si no, no podías.
Pero en otras partes del país no.
Pero estamos hablando de este caso en Miami.
No, ese caso ya...
The
ya
sham.
No, sí, pero
Con ellos donan más en el ballot.
lo interesante de Miami-Dade, te voy a decir lo que pasa. You tend to do, but there's a reason for it. Trust me when I tell you. We're talking about voter fraud in Miami-Dade County, and then we'll get to the whole, on the federal level and the national level. But mira lo que pasa. En Miami-Dade County, ¿quién eran los boleteros y las boleteras? ¿Y quién estaban recogiendo? Y los seguimos y los estaban en coma, que no podían ni hablar. Y todas esas cosas. ¿A dónde están los presos? No, ¿qué es lo que hicieron? ¿Qué tú crees que hacen? Escogen la... No, si necesitas una guagua. Y tú sabes muy bien quién son. Lo que pasa es que como cogió, viejo, usted firmó esto. No, yo no, si esa no es mi firma. Investigación. Y el fiscal local, por eso muchas investigaciones se están yendo con el fiscal estatal a través de Spanish impaired. And
Questions, yeah.
Yes, all the questions on that. Give us a call, 786-753-7870. 753-7870. Give us a call. Let us know what you think about all this voter fraud, local, state, and federal.
La Martelo aquí.
¡Ey!
¡Qué sorpresa!
Y me sorprendiste, pipa.
Sí,
Adivina cuál te quiero regalar.
¿Cuál me quieres
El
regalar?
del pollito.
¡Oh, qué tierno!
Le quiero regalar el del pollito. Porque se parece a él. Mírale el piquito.
¡Oh, qué chulo!
Como ese piquito que tienes ahí.
Señor, esta es la tienda donde compran los artistas, los deportistas y tú que eres VIP también. Fog Nation. ¿Lo digo
Con
bien?
G. Fog.
Ahí está. Mira la cara.
¿Quieres una? ¿Quieres ponerte una?
Me vendría bien esa cara. Mira, ya empezó
Con
a
esa
tirarme.
cara le vendría bien una de esas. Él mismo lo dijo. Él mismo.
Comparte, comparte, comparte. Busca Grimal Jewelry en 26 44 12. Haz la diferencia con la persona que tú amas. Una flor.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, this is I'll Call You Back. True Blue Unedited with President Sir.
Izzy Martinez.
And Cachita Lopez here on Cachita Latina Radio, CLR 154 on your Sirius XM dial. If you're listening to us on Sirius, watching us on Facebook or on YouTube, we're going to invite you to download our free app, ENTV USA, where you're going to have access to all of the exclusive content on Cachita Latina Radio from 6, all of our programming from 6 a.m. to midnight, as well as all the content on ENTV USA, including an amazing concert series. And we are here each and every night courtesy of Café Cachita, el mejor para compartir. Miren esto qué lindo está todavía. Hoy no se le tiraba a Isidoro. Estamos... Why are you looking at me like that, bro?
Ella se cree que el café ese se ablanda cuando me lo tira por la cabeza a mí.
¡Páfata!
Ella se salva que yo no soy policía, ella, si no ella estuviera presa, ella esposada.
Y por eso es que tú y yo tenemos este show, para hablar de la brutalidad policial.
Exacto.
Sí.
Mira, va a hablar mira, ¿qué cosa?
Police brutality, bro.
Ella me tira el café por la cabeza y yo soy el bruto. No.
So I want to talk about something.
Go ahead.
We were talking about all this, election stuff that's going on. But we were also talking about, once we started the show, about Miami Beach and everything that's been going on with the spring breakers and all this other stuff. So I have a report here that I wanted to mention. It says here, a 29-year-old man was in court Tuesday after authorities said he was part to blame for a chaotic scene in Miami Beach on Sunday night. Javon Washington of Indiana faces charges of inciting a riot, disorderly conduct, and defying the 8 p.m. curfew that was put in place to reduce the crowds. Police say he was enticing a crowd of people with music from a large Bluetooth speaker. An arrest report says the subjects he was enticing were observed vandalizing vehicles by jumping on them. This is what we were talking about, causing the roofs of vehicles to cave in, the windshields to shatter, causing subjects to make obscene gestures towards officers and taunting officers. He says, my speaker wasn't even that loud. Washington told a judge during his first court appearance he posted a $2,500 bond. Sunday night, a crowd pushed into a residential neighborhood where more chaos played out in the streets as many 500 people were involved. Officers waited until things calmed to nab Washington. Authorities also say that at least 5 City of Miami Beach officers have been injured dealing with the recent spring break ruckus.
Right.
It's been nuts. People are going wild right now, said Chris Nelson, who is visiting from Orlando. We've seen some people jumping off on and off light poles, all types of crazy stuff. The damage to cars was visible Monday morning with a champagne bottle still sitting atop of one of them. Another car had its windshield shattered. The scenes on South Beach have made national headlines. It's been a very dangerous week. Miami Beach police officer Neto Rodriguez said we've seen a lot of fights, a lot of viral social media videos that are disturbing, and as a police department, we don't deny that. With the 8 p.m. curfew temporarily lifted Monday night amid lighter crowds, there were still signs of drama along Ocean Drive. This upsets me because they keep tossing and turning, coming back and forth. First, you said it was going to be 72 hours. Then you said it's going to be extended to April 12th. Now we raised it because people calm down a little, but they're still here.
You know why, right?
So it makes no damn sense because the police chief has what?
No.
The police chief or who? has no balls. The mayor has no balls.
The mayor. He's running the show. Ladies and gentlemen, that's who runs the show. Remember, I mentioned it before. You have mayors that make up these rules and regulations and into police departments, fire departments, the school board, and they've never been a teacher, they've never been a cop, and they've never been a firefighter, and they make up all these rules because they go by, what some little, the peanut gallery that's around them tells them, you shouldn't do that. That is political suicide. You should not let them go out there and field force and kick ass. No, that's what you need to do. You need to go out there and get a big field force. I already said it yesterday. I'm going to repeat it every day until somebody listens. What they need to do is they get a big field force, and field force is, when you see everybody with a helmet and the batons and all that, blah, 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 like a riot. But it's not like a riot. It is a riot.
It's not like it is a riot.
All right? And then you stop them. See, the guy with the speaker, right? The guy with the speaker. Hey, do me a favor. Put the speaker away. No, I have my rights. Well, I'm going to show you your rights right about now. And you grab the speaker, and you smash his head with the speaker and go back like it was the old days when you had respect for police. And that's the bottom line. But no, that doesn't look good. It's going to come out on TV. And the mayor's going to have to answer to why is Izzy Martinez grabbing a speaker and smashing some guy over his head with a speaker when he told him, can you please turn it off? You're causing a problem. Please, sir, because it's 2021. Please, sir, don't do that anymore. And then if he continues, then you grab the speaker and you go, boom, and you hit him over the head. You handcuff him, you take his ass to jail. But they're not going to do that because the politicians run the streets of Miami Beach when it comes to police.
I think that this sends just such a mixed message.
Of course.
At the point where you lift the curfew, now there's no curfew Monday through Thursday, but Thursday there's a curfew again. These people are here to party. These people aren't working.
And they're not going anywhere.
9 to 5.
They're not leaving.
They are here, and they are here to cause problems.
And they're here to stay throughout the period of time that they plan to be here.
Exactly.
So you got to deal with
it makes no damn sense.
There is no difference than when you have, you're pregnant, you're going to have your kid, and I know that your kid is not going to be one of those timeout 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You think I'm not going to be a timeout mom?
No.
No.
No. Eddie's going to be a timeout dad, and he'll be there going and all that stuff. But you are not.
Pa!
Okay,
Done.
So when you have a child, right, and you tell him, hey, Johnny, do me a favor, don't touch that anymore. You're going to break that. That is somebody else's property or whatever. And Johnny goes, okay, Daddy. And then 2 seconds later, here comes Johnny again, the little pain in the ass, and he goes and touches that. And then you go, Johnny, didn't I just tell you, how much was it? 6 minutes ago, not to do that again. And then Johnny goes, yes, Daddy, but I forgot. And he goes, okay, I love you. And then he goes, I love you too, Daddy, and don't do it again. Guess what? 6 minutes later, here comes Johnny again. The little pea brain is going to walk over there and go click and touch it because why not? Daddy ain't doing crap. Now, Izzy, Daddy, I said, no, Daddy, nothing. If you touch it again, I'm going to smack you. And then you go, I don't believe in violence. Knock yourself out. You see all those kids out there acting like a bunch of asses? Those are the kids that the parents didn't believe in. Those
are the ones whose parents counted to 10.
Oh, my son and my daughter will be out there, and I guarantee you, I don't have the best kids. I don't have the perfect kids, okay? But I guarantee you, the first bottle that goes flying, especially my son. My son is an athlete. He played baseball in college. He was a pitcher. He's a big boy. And Anthony would be the first one calling an Uber and running as fast as he can, get the hell out of the area because he'd be scared to death. And my daughter, too. But then again, you have these kids that are timeout kids and counting to 10 because a psychologist says that you should not spank them. Why not? Don't hit him in the face. I wouldn't hit him in the face. I wouldn't hit him on his, on his back or in his chest and all that. I don't believe in that. But the butt was made for that. That's it. To sit and get smacked. So, what do? You smack his ass and you go.
Those nuggets of knowledge.
Of course. Listen. One is 24 and the other is 27, and they turn out to be pretty good. They're not traumatized. Well, maybe a little bit, but not that much. Okay. So you tell them not to do it. Because I'm gonna spank you, and then you don't spank them. You let them do it again and again and again and again. The kid goes, screw you, and that's exactly what's happening on the beach. Okay, we have a curfew. That's funny as shit. You're telling me you have a curfew, right? What curfew? There is no curfew. Oh, and you're gonna write tickets to those that are not wearing masks? None of them are wearing masks. Who the hell's wearing a mask in those crowds? Maybe what? 1%?
Yep.
Come on. Stop playing games. Kick their ass and get them out of the beach. That's the bottom line. I have a bunch of friends that live on the beach, okay, and they are pissed Because now you can't even go have dinner anywhere on South Beach.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of nice places. There's a couple of places that I like to go on the beach. Only those two places. And I come in through, through the back there, through the first. Okay? But then, probably, I can see it now. The chief telling the mayor, I think we should go ahead and get a field force going. Then stop it. No, what is, no, field force? No, field force. Because the problem is that the citizens out there, this is going nationwide. No shit, you're Mr. Mayor, you're on CNN, Fox, and all those other
networks.
Every single network has your picture, your video, and the police
showing
chief.
that you have no control over your damn
You have
city.
no control because you are yellow. Amarillito. No seas amarillo. Ten los pantalones bien puestos. Okay? Now, if you need somebody to go over there and coordinate some type of effort or something like that, give me a call. I volunteer. I'll do it pro bono. No, I'm not going to charge you anything. Let me just do it. Don't set the SWAT team and have the SWAT team humiliated in the middle of that crowd and people going by going, look at RoboCops, hey, and all that shit. Send them in, kick their ass, send them back to the hotel, and if they don't like it, get in a plane and get the hell out wherever you came from. And the locals, because there's locals out there, okay? The locals already know.
There's few locals out there, man.
Yeah, but they know. The locals already know. When they see the field force, they go, we've seen them before. We're not doing this. Okay?
There are few locals out there because, I mean, even today, I was...
the sanitizer.
I was reading through some comments and stuff, and I saw a friend of mine who is a very respected leader of the black community. And he actually was the one that shared the article of the young man with the speaker. And he says, this is absolutely unacceptable. And if you in any way, shape, or form are supporting this type of behavior, you are part of the problem.
Correct.
It's like, seriously, guys.
And here's another piece of information I told you the other night. Some people are not used to listening to people talk like this, but this is the way I talk, bottom line. You can call me a racist, a bigot, and all that bunch of shit that you guys call just for the hell of it, because I'm not. But I'm going to tell you this. It does not help. It does not help to see a bunch of black students from other states and black tourists from other states coming down here and doing what they did. Because let me give you another piece of information. There are white people there too. But the community, when you go out there and you talk to the people, guess who they're concentrating on? On the blacks.
Yep.
They don't tell you, hey, those Cubans and Nicaraguans and those Anglos out there are tearing. No, the first thing they tell you is those blacks are out of control. Even though there's black and white and green and yellow and everything else.
The majority of the groups are black. They're
yes, they are.
American
They are.
So,
exactly, they are. So that's
regardless if they're Hispanic, if not, I mean,
it's not helping them. I'll tell you right now.
No, it's not. Obviously,
I look at it from that point of view. I don't look at it from a criticizing point of view, because it's not that it hurts. It's that you know the truth. And then you sit there, and I go to a cigar shop, and I go to white, black, Hispanic cigar shops, and it's always the same story. Bro, those brothers out there, man, and those sisters, man, they're going nuts. What the hell's going on? Don't do it. Do it for yourself. Do it for your parents. Do it for your grandparents. What they went through. If we're going to talk about civil rights and all that stuff. Today we were talking about it on the golf course. And they're saying after all the stuff that, that they've gone through for civil rights and stuff, see, that's the problem. How many old and real old black people do you see out there doing that? How many? None. Because those were the ones that really went through hell and back. Okay, and were mistreated and humiliated and everything else during those times. And those are the real fighters, and those are the real people that have a beef. They can have a beef with what happened in this country. But those college kids, they have no idea. Everything was handed to them as soon as they were born. And I don't care if they live in projects, or I don't care if they lived in a mansion. The bottom line is you didn't know what your grandparents and great-grandparents had to go through to get to where we're at, and you're destroying it. You are throwing it out the door. Okay? But keep following Black Lives Matter. It's really good. It's really good. Go ahead and become
this has nothing to do with
a
Black
team
Lives
member.
Matter.
No, but the bottom line is
this has nothing at all to do with that.
No, but activities like that, like Black Lives Matter and like Antifa and all that stuff, I don't follow groups. I follow myself. If anybody wants to follow me, I'm a leader. You let them people follow me, but I ain't following nobody. That's the bottom line. And it just pisses me off when I see stuff like that and everything is destroyed in 1 second. You know, I went to Birmingham, to Alabama on a case with my partner, Ashley Thomas. Ashley's going to come on the show. I'm trying to convince him.
Tell him to come on the show.
Yeah.
I'll make him a flan.
He's got like 15 grandkids right now, so he's buying like I told him we need to buy a school bus for all the nephews and stuff like that. Ashley is originally from Georgia. He is black. He was born, pretty much raised in Scott's projects, in the projects here with his grandmother, and turned out to be a fabulous, amazing human being, Christian, everything you can imagine, great husband, amazing partner, one of the best that I've ever had, and if not the best. And, and we talk about that stuff. We talk about that stuff because we took a trip to Birmingham, Alabama on a case. And I turned around, I told Ashley, hey, Ash, we're going to handle all this stuff that we need to do on this case in one day. And we got a couple of days extra. What are we going to do? Want to go sightseeing? What do you want to do? He goes, I don't know. We're going to go to this baseball stadium. You know where we ended up?
Where?
16th Street Church. Okay? Now, you ask some of the young blacks what the 16th Street Church is in Birmingham, Alabama, and you know what they're going to tell you? What is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. And then you go, yeah. And do you know the Civil Rights Museum that's there? Oh, no, I've never been there. I've never seen that. Oh, you need to go there. And the park across the street. It just happened that the one with the idea to go to see the Civil Rights Museum was me. Actually, no, to go see the 16th Street Church. I wanted to go there because I wanted to see the inside of the church. I got a tour, a private tour, because it was closed. And I got it from the pastor that was there. And Ashley and I got a tour. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are black and you haven't gone to the Civil Rights Museum in Birmingham, Alabama, and see the park, where all the civil rights stuff happened across the street, and the 16th Street Church, you don't know nothing. When you go there, you will get goosebumps. You will see the truth, and you will see everything that was going on during those times. It gets to the point where till this day, when I speak about it, I get goosebumps. I can't even start to tell you the stuff that I saw inside. And guess what? It's on video. It's live. It's MLK doing his speeches. I mean, everything you can imagine. Everything you can imagine from A through Z. I asked the lady in the front of the Civil Rights Museum, how long is it going to take us? And he goes, well, sir, you can do it in 45 minutes or you can do it in 3 hours. I says, why the difference? He says, well, if you read and you press a button and you watch all the videos and stuff like that, it's going to take you about 2.5, 3 hours. And sure as hell, that's exactly what it was. You go in there and you see a burnt Greyhound bus that the Ku Klux Klan burned down with people inside, and you still smell that burn inside that bus. And just looking at it, I'm not gonna give it all up. But if you are ever in Alabama, you need to go there. You need to go there. You'll see what your grandparents and your great-grandparents went through to get where we're at. And you are destroying it by the second, not by the day. By the second, you're destroying it. And if you don't like the way I talk, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? Don't give a damn, because it is the truth. It is the truth. I care.
Ay, Isidoro Martínez.
Yo, me mandé a correr ahí, no sin freno.
Ay, perdón, caballero. Es que Isidoro, imagínate, me hace reír.
Wait, when I feel something about something,
You're passionate. You're passionate, I know.
No, and this is not a show. This is not for ratings. This is not for, I love the black people. I love America, black America. No, this is the goddamn truth, and you got to go there and see it.
Bueno.
Ahí está.
We have just a couple of minutes before we have to leave. So I wanted to talk about something that was that caught my eye, and we're gonna pull away from the political. We're gonna pull away from South Beach, and we're gonna go a little north.
Thank God, I'm sick and tired of the beach.
We're gonna go a little north to Delray.
Okay.
Okay, because Florida, stuff that happens in Florida. All right, so it says here, a South Florida woman is recovering in the hospital after she was found naked and stuck in a storm drain. The woman was reported missing nearly 3 weeks ago from a different county.
What?
This was by far one of the most bizarre incidents that our officers have responded to, said Delray Beach Police Department Public Information Officer Ted White. Images show Delray Beach Police and firefighters surrounding a storm drain near the intersection of Atlantic Boulevard and Southwest 11th Avenue early Tuesday. after someone heard what sounded like a woman's voice down below. A passerby heard something coming from the storm drain. She heard a woman yelling. When first responders arrived, they discovered a woman trapped 8 feet below the roadway.
What?
They did, in fact, to their surprise, find a woman stuck in that drain. Delray Beach's fire special operations team was able to remove the storm grate, lower down a ladder, and hoist the woman up. She was unable to stand. She didn't have any clothes on. She was very dirty. She had some superficial wounds. Her knees were all scraped up. Authorities aren't sure how the woman got into the storm drain or how long she was down there. It appears she might have been in that storm drain for at least a couple of days, perhaps longer.
Unbelievable.
Qué locura.
Wow.
The woman was taken to Delray Medical Center to be treated for her injuries and to check on her health. While police said that there's still many unanswered questions, they're just fortunate a woman found in an area no place any human should be was found alive. To think a person down there for any amount of time is terrifying. Delray Beach said the woman may have disappeared March 3rd. That's when she was reported missing. They are currently working on confirming that information with investigators.
March 3rd, that's 20 days ago.
Yes.
And when did they find her? Today?
Today.
What?
Today en la mañana.
And how did she end up there? Do we know?
We don't know yet. That's what they're investigating.
She fell in there or?
No han dicho. No han dicho. Her knees were scraped up, but she was naked and she was dirty.
See, that's what doesn't make sense. Que
¿Tú
estaba desnuda.
¿Tú crees que alguien le hubiese hecho algo y la hubiese tirado por ahí?
No, pero lo hubieran tirado en un canal, lo hubieran tirado en el mar o en algún río o algo de eso. Tirarle en un storm drain.
That is super weird.
That is weird. I've been in weird places, but not a storm drain.
You've never had anything like that, right?
No.
That's crazy.
No, cats, dogs, animalitos sí, los sacamos de los storm drain.
But
pero
not a
una
human.
persona desnuda ahí en el medio es de eso. Se encuentran a la mujer desnuda dentro de los tragantes de agua. Y está perdida desde el día número 3.
¿Desde el día 3?
El día 3. Y
¿De
estamos
este
ya
mes?
23.
Dime algo.
Man, we need to follow up on that. I'd like to see how she ended up there.
Yes.
Maybe she has, how old is she? Does she say?
They doesn't say her age.
See, that's the other thing.
They don't say her age.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
Es que mira, si nosotros hacemos un show sin mencionar una locura que sucede en la Florida, no es show, because this is, we are number one for crazy damn cases. The state is nuts.
Remember, this show has no end.
Yes.
If you think about it, when are we going to run out of stuff to talk about? Never.
When are we going to run out of crazy things going on in South Florida?
Listen, I know we're coming up to the end of the show here, but there's one thing that we do every day, and we kind of forgot today, and we got to run
Everly Jane.
Everly Patterson, Brandon Patterson, and Haley Patterson. What a family. They need our help. Please go to our Facebook, Izzy Cachita, on Facebook, and please donate to Everly Jane. Everly Jane.
Her account, and know that if you follow us on Facebook, please share it with your friends, and make sure that also know that we will be updating our page as soon as the parents go updating with any new information on her recovery, on her treatments, and we are here for the long haul, guys. So make sure you find it in your hearts to donate whatever you can. This family needs our help. You can find the information on either one of our Facebook pages, Izzy Cachita or Izzy and Cachita.
That's it.
You'll find the information for the Facebook donation page as well as the GoFundMe page. Unfortunately, we got to go because el bombón de la radio le va a dar un yello porque ya estamos pasadito un minutico.
Vamos a dar para que clean ahora.
Ay,
and
Dios mío.
her dad
is going to be here
Brandon
Thursday.
is going to be here Thursday. We're excited.
Love it.
Everly's dad is going to be here. Anyways, take it away, Kachi.
Anyway, y'all, thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Once again, this is I'll Call You Back, True Blue Unedited with President Sir
Izzy Martinez
and Cachita Lopez here on Cachita Latina Radio.
Be back.